You are listening to Tech Innovator, the podcast dedicated for cutting-edge technologies.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of the Tech Innovator brought to you by the IEEE Techno Meetup Sri Lanka. Tech Innovator is a podcast series where we discuss various cutting-edge technologies and demystify their applications and advancements with experts in the field. You can keep up with all new episodes by joining us on the podcast platforms Spotify, Google Podcast, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Radio Public, Breaker, and YouTube. In today's episode, we will talk about an emerging technology practice called Robotic Process Automation, in short RPA. Robotic Process Automation is a technology that helps automate the functions and tasks of a business process. It is also known as intelligent automation or digital labor. The idea is to replace labor-intensive and repetitive tasks with automation, which can be done at lower cost and with more consistent quality. So for this episode, we are delighted to have Ms. Kaumudi Gunatilaka as our guest speaker, who's a very familiar face to us in IEEE. She obtained her bachelor's degree from the University of Westminster, and she is specialized in robotic process automation technology with more than 4 years of industry experience in her field. She is currently working as a software engineer specializing in robotic process automation in Wiley Global Technology. Hi, Ms. Kaumudi. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Pamathi.
Let me start off by asking you a simple question. What is robotic process automation and how did this technology evolve?
So, Pamathi, well, you asked two questions. First question is, what is robotics process automation? And the second question is, how did this technology evolve? So, let me answer first the first question. What is robotics process automation? As simple, just you heard about robots.
Yes.
The robot word is a well-known word to most of the people in this world. When you hear the word robot, you only can imagine just imagine a hardware which have arms, like what we have heard and what we have seen up to now. Robots with arms, head like human, which have some iron type arms. But does robot means only a hardware? That's the question that we wanted to ask from the audience, actually. Robot is not a hardware. Robot is a concept. Robot means a concept which is capable of carrying out a complex series of human actions automatically. Just imagine, Pamathi, when you guys are sitting, when you guys are reading, when you guys are doing some work, you're using your brain to think what is the next action that you are trying to do, right? Likewise, we are trying to create a concept called robot. This concept can be a hardware. This concept can be a software, which we are giving them set of instructions, like what we are thinking using our brain. Just imagine when you wanted to sit, you are thinking, what is the height of this chair? What is the weight of this chair? Can this chair bear me with my weight? You are thinking through your brain. And then you are giving action to your legs. Just sit now. That action, then only your legs start working, right? This is a set of series, this set of steps that you are giving. Your brain is giving instructions to you, your arms, your legs, or your heart, and everything. Even when you are breathing, even you're thinking, your brain muscles are working and your all the signals are running around your body. Same way, we are giving set of instructions to a concept called robot. It can be a hardware or software, but the robot, the technology that we can reach to the software robot, that we are calling it as robotics process automation. That means, like, for the software robot, we are calling, we are having a technology called robotics process automation. For the hardware robot, we are calling it as robotic technology, robotic engineering. But this technology, which we are creating software robots, we are calling it as robotics process automation. And this is purely for the software robots. But the concept for the robot is same for this technology, for the software robots and the hardware robots both. But the way that we are processing the two technologies are different. That's why, like, we are like just removing some hardware parts from this technology and give them a name like robotics process automation, and the hardware robots, we are calling them as robotic technology. So there are two, this is belong to artificial intelligence, both technologies, but the two different small differences are there, the two different pathways. And if you ask second question is, how did this technology evolved? Yes. So most of the human actions which can convert to robotics process automation technology are normally currently, in current world, we are using this technology for the official work. That means which you can do through your computer or a system based work, because current researchers were proved that we can process all the human interaction, system based official work can be eliminated to robotics process automation technology. We are calling these official work called processes, business processes, because all officers in the world, around the world, have their own processes. And this technology is combined of a bot process automation and plus artificial intelligence, because there are some sort of series of intelligent needs to these bots, these software robots, to understand these processes, the set of instructions that eliminates. So this technology can be combined with artificial intelligence, and also any rule-based, process-based, learning-based manual process can convert to robotics process automation business processes. So that is what the technology involvement of RPA for the business.
That's a great explanation, Ms. Kaumudi. Moving on to my second question. With the advent of increased advanced technologies, RPA has become an important attribute to any business. What do you believe are the benefits of RPA to the industry?
Industry is a broad word, Pamathi. If we think about businesses and industry has different businesses, different corporates, different domains. So the benefits are also depend on their domain, right? But there are some core main benefits which we already identified, which will be a beneficial to the industry. First thing is the reduce human contacts with sensitive data. First thing is sensitive data protection, because all the companies in Sri Lanka or international wide, there are a lot of sensitive data which is roaming around. Just imagine a bank. When you are have even requesting a bank account, requesting a credit card, requesting any personal loan. You are giving all your personal details to a bank. Just imagine if a human is always interacting with some other's personal details. Just imagine that person who is working at a bank also can be your neighbor, and that person is having your details. So it's not secure as humans. But just imagine that bank is using this RPA technology to process this credit card processing, personal banking process, bank loan processing. Only a human can involve for the service level. Then what will happen? All these sensitive human data is protected, because those data access is not given to a human being. That was given only to the bot and the relevant authorized access people. So always human data are protected. These sensitive type data, just imagine some companies are having some health, just imagine the health domain. So humans' health reports, health details are very secret and sensitive data. So just imagine if these data are blocking through humans. It can be, it already happened, and it can be. So if that data needs to be protected, how that data can be protected using, we can add so many security levels and everything, but like authorization, human interaction is always there if these processes are not correctly automated. And the other thing is reduction in manual errors. Just imagine when a human start their work daily. They're starting their work daily, just imagine 8 to 5 work office. 8 o'clock to until 12, until the lunchtime. They are very active, very productive. They are working very fast. And after lunch, their speed of working is getting like very low. So like then when a human is not very active, the errors also happening through that person will be increased. But just imagine a robot working all 24 hours without taking lunch, without taking drinks, and doing the same work with reduction of this time. Just imagine if a human is taking 10 minutes for one transaction, but bot is taking 30 seconds. That can be happen with very little time. So that bot can utilize for other processes also within that 24 hours. We can't utilize a human if that human is, we can't utilize a human like that too, like bot. Likewise, like most of the manual errors can be reducing through these robots. And the data quality improvement, that means these RPA processes always having the reporting process. That means like if that bot is doing something, every step of bot is logging. They are tracking logs for the bots. And also bot has different controlling units, dashboards to control these bots. And the analytics charts of data are always producing, and the reporting, final reporting of each processing is happening. So these type of login analytics, they're improving the data quality even. So the process speed and the quality is always improving. And the business result, even just imagine for a credit card processing, if a bank wants to if one bank has automated credit card approval process, just imagine that process of different stages. So the processing of human information, identifying manual errors, and there are a lot more things on that process. A little bit a complicated process. Just imagine human is taking 3 to 4 days for that process, but bot might take only 1 day going through all these steps. Like that will be a final beneficial results to the business also. And like other thing is like just imagine return of investment of these bots. One human is doing only one business process for the whole day. Bot can do at least 2 to 3 business processes according to the transaction levels. We can select them, but like how much benefit, how much return of investment that will like that a company owners take through that RPA technology. This is a major cost saving technology in the world. So that's why like it also rapidly getting famous through the business level. Actually, the more than the developers, this technology is a little bit famous with the business, and like accuracy level that and the accelerated transformation, the compliance improvement, and the boosted productivity. So I hope that like the companies are very eagerly waiting to get this technology done inside the company, because it is more beneficial to their businesses. I think that is the main advantage to the businesses and the industry, if you think about the industry. But there are other advantages also according to the domain, but like for the main thing, it's very advantageable to any industry.
Ms. Kaumudi, you said that RPA is a growing technology, especially in the business world. Could you please explain more on how RPA has become a fastest growing technology, taking all domains as a whole?
There are some quantifiable values which we need to discuss, like business growth, reliance, operational efficiency, company experience, employee experience. There are different things, Pamathi, that like I don't know who might be listening to this podcast, but any person who is listening to this podcast, like this technology is more related to industry, that means business, not related too much to the developers or development. So that when we think about the business, a businessman's mind always want them, they are looking for the quantifiable values of business, as business growth, operational efficiency, customer experience. Always customers are their god. They believe in customers. They want customers to get their benefits, get money. Their all these expenses and everything is depend on their customers. And the experienced employees are one of their core assets of their companies. Technology can be accelerate worldwide because it helps to combine their business with the quantifiable values, and also like it helps many different types of industries like to solve their operational issues in different technical powerful ways, and also their customer service, marketing, and those areas are improved because they can utilize their human resources very productively through this technology, because these resources which used for the non-productive process-wise things, they were already automated and given to a bot. So, and their human capacity increased faster. And every year these companies who would love to work with RPA, they are having goals which is combined with RPA. If we think about I have already told previously even about the investment for RPA technology. This RPA initial investment is little bit, cost is a bit high, but the management perspective, they can rapidly take the return of investment of this technology upfront. And also the people who are working with legacy systems. Legacy system means the systems very difficult to handle. Those humans who are working, they can remove from these systems, and RPA can automate working with the processes which is related to legacy systems also. And this technology is very famous among the corporates. Actually, it's very famous among corporates, the big businesses, because they know the real benefits why RPA needs to use for their business. That's why I think that this made fastest growing through last 2 to 3 years, like 2018 to, I think I have seen a fast growing 2018, 19, 20. Now 21 is over. Now we are in the millennium on 22. But with the COVID situation, even it make very rapid increase, because that is the time like they found the real benefit of RPA, because employees didn't work at home, didn't work at office, but RPA bots worked. They didn't infected with COVID. Isn't it, Pamathi? Don't you think about that? Like this robot didn't infected with these viruses. They worked day and night. Isn't it a beneficial thing to them?
Yeah, I agree.
Yes.
Okay.
I think I answered your question.
Yes, definitely. Now it's very clear why many companies adopt this technology. Next, I would like to ask you, how does RPA contribute in increasing efficiency and productivity in companies?
If you think about it increase the efficiency and productivity of the sectors, that it depends on the domain, Pamathi. If I'm thinking about like for the apparel industry, it's a different domain, Pamathi. They have their clothes. They are always working with clothes, their colors, and their brands, and the equipments. That industry is working with different business. If you think about the BPO, they are always work with the different business. And the retail industry, you know the supermarkets and the groceries, and this industry is now rapidly growing faster, because supermarkets are already growing faster. Most probably kill supermarkets. They are actually very active. I have seen some articles in Sri Lanka even, when foreign countries retail industry is already very high level, got in touch with RPA, but like Sri Lanka, it is coming very slowly. They are coming into the track. And the hospitality industry, that you might think, what is this hospitality industry? How can they join with this RPA? But like all these bookings, their finance sectors, they are already in touch and on some main hotels in Sri Lanka, even with the RPA robots, because it's very faster and their employees doesn't need to, because this hospitality industry is one of the industries that work in day and night, because if the seasons, tourism seasons and other seasons, at least one employee needs to be worked there, if nobody is there. But like if they automate some of the booking systems and other things, only their team can be reduced for the night works and those things. So that's the main reason they are into the track of RPA. So because humans can have some lesser free times if they are work less at nights, right? Everyone needs to have a personal space. I hope I gave an answer for that question.
Yes, Ms. Kaumudi. Moving on to my next question. There are few obstacles to make sure you account for when implementing robotic process automation. What do you feel are the major challenges to implementing RPA? Otherwise, what are the pitfalls of RPA?
Pitfalls, one thing is the industry. Yeah, always there are two ways of pitfalls, that everything then these processes are automated by developers, software engineers, which is having a degree with technical IT technical background, because the people who doesn't have a technical background, you can't have accurate I don't believe that person can have accurate results with the good implementation. So, but in my personal experience, Pamathi, what I feel is like the respect to the technology needs to be there. First thing is that, because technology respect through the developers. That means the people who are coming to the RPA technology as specialized, most of them are for those people, even the other developers are not giving the proper respect, because they are thinking this is very easy to develop, and because there are some tools for this technology, and to develop the frameworks are already inbuilt, and it is fasterly growing, and the coding level is little bit low in this technology. So with that, developers are thinking like, no, this technology doesn't need that much respect. What they are doing is the brave, perfect thing. That this, I personally experienced this part from everyone. But like what I feel is, it's yes, we have to respect each other. That I feel. But like the first thing is like respecting each other with what they are doing, right? Maybe a person in RPA doing RPA might not doing less coding, but that person needs to understand each and every point of a business process, and if there are any downside of the process, disadvantage of the process, because all these developers are working with very sensitive data, very sensitive systems, ERPs, and all these very difficult parts of the business they are handling. So the development of these RPA processes are not easy. Requirement gathering is not easy, because we need to identify each and every point of this technology, these processes. So and we developers needs to work directly with the customers. That means they are businesses. So then just imagine a developer who is working different domains in RPA. That person is the most experienced person. If that one developer is stuck to one domain, that means that person doesn't have that much experience, which the developer is having different domain experience. Because when a developer having different domain experience, that person can understand more in the business. They know what is business, what is this process. When business is telling, they know what are the pitfall areas of this process. Can this process can be fully automated or not, these things. But the experienced developers needs to have the right place. I'm not telling that every time it needs to give respect, but like this technology needs the developers who are working inside this technology also needs to have a fully respect, Pamathi. That respect needs to be given correctly. And other thing is the proper planning needs to be there. So we are creating a robot, not like just we can't do a small part of a software and like put it live. We can't do. We have to do fully robot, and that robot working fully robot creation needs to have a proper process. This planning most of the areas, like just imagine a company who is having a process-based company. Just imagine development company who is doing RPA. They are trying to like show customers like we can complete this using 30 days, 15 days. But like whether that 15 days is covering all the processes, with the requirement gathering stage, how many days, development stage, how many days, testing stage, what is the days, UAT stage, what is the day number of days that it will take. So like what my personal experience, I feel like sometimes in the very initial business discussions, they are showing that we can complete this within 15 to 30 days. But like with the actual practical level, requirement gathering is taking more time. That time we need to reduce, then it will affect to the next level, like development to testing stages. So then the final product is having quality issues. So most of the times the planning is required for this RPA processes and the infrastructure. The correct infrastructure which we need to create, like without a proper infrastructure, like if we like trying to obstacle this technology to your company needs to have a proper RPA platform, your proper RPA dashboards, and you need to buy them. Initial investment is a little bit costly, but like you have to try it. If you wanted to try it, have a small POC without any infrastructure, and then start it. Like without doing that, like it will be a pitfall. Anyways, it will be a failure. You have to always start with small things, and then you need to grow step by step. And the robots which were not correctly installed, and there are some control issues. That means when we are like controlling robots, there might be a very technical knowledge person which can have knowledge to control these robots, the dashboard boards and everything. So this experience at technical issues were there, like because in Sri Lanka especially, because the people who are, we have very less experienced developers in Sri Lanka. So we have a number of, if you ask me the number of experience which we can see as RP developers in Sri Lanka, I can say there are very rare number of people who are having 10 plus years experience in Sri Lanka. So the most probably they are between 4 to 5 years, 4 to 10 years, between that. But rare number of developers are there more than 10 years of experience. Then when we like thinking about a technical lead or someone who is in this technology, there are, I have seen leads who are having 2 to 3 years, they became leads because the designation level didn't go with the proper steps of their development. So these things will affect to the final output, because their experience is, when a person's experience in something is low, that person, the designation is very high with a shorter time, that experience, the exposure which they are taking through the ages, it is also getting low. So that I have seen through this technology, that is also sometimes happen to the pitfalls of this technology, because when you are thinking about the technical lead perspective, even with very rare number of experienced technical leads in Sri Lanka, even I have seen people in around the globe, but like Sri Lanka, still I'm inviting people to join with this technology, get experience. Don't try to get promote very faster, but like you have to go each step of the development and like get experience, and then come to promotional level. The output that you are giving with the correct designation level is very beneficial to final product. So that is what I have seen as the pitfalls of this technology.
Alright, I'm sure this podcast would inspire many tech enthusiasts to get involved in RPA. So my final question is, as a beginner, if someone wants to learn RPA, is there a specific path to follow or any resources that can be followed? And what are the core concepts that should be mastered as a beginner to play on the ground of RPA?
As a beginner, if you are at a university, just imagine this, we are with this broadcast and we are engaging with university students and also the industry members. So just imagine you are a university member, learn this technology first. Like, what is this? Learn this background. You have a Google, learn this background. And then there are some tools for RPA. There are different tools. Select one tool. There are tools, and when you are seeing and reading these RPA, about this RPA technology in Google, you can see different tools, but all are having a subscription or license needs to be there. Yes, license needs to be there. But for the developers, they are given special permissions for they have their community forums. They have free trials for these tools. So download and install according to their instructions and try. There are different courses. like tutorials they have for their tools. So do it and try it, and like do small things, small things which can be done to your work, which will be easy to your university work. Even try it first. Do the certifications. There are certifications also there in these tools. For example, UiPath, Blue Prism, Automation Anywhere. These 3 tools are very famous in the world. So they have their own certification, very recommended certification, which is recommended to the foreign visa even. So like, do it. But my invitation, do it. Come and do it. When you are doing this, you can have basic technical knowledge. But when you need to get it practical, actually what is happening in the industry, come and join with the RPA team in the industry as an intern, or if you are a university person, come and join as an intern. If you want to change your track, development track to this technology, like check whether what are the areas which people, what are the teams, what are the companies that are working with this technology, and come and join with those teams and like have a trainings, have a practical training. And like these companies are willing to give in practical trainings to the people who would like to change the tracks even. And the salary ranges also very good in this technology because less number of resources are there. And like you can have like, just imagine the whatever the things that you are doing, Pamathi, that these RPA technology is having different pathways. Even you asked about me the pathways, right? So pathways means like, if you come to RPA, just don't need to be a developer always. It's very easy to go for a management level because you know all the business processes, what is happening inside the business, how this business is working. So just imagine you are not working at a RPA team, but you know the business, right? Finally, ultimate output. If you automate HR, you know HR processes, right, Pamathi?
Yeah.
It's natural. So this, when you are getting knowledge and experience in business, you can change your designations also in different tracks, because that is the main advantage I'm seeing as a person, specialized person in RPA, because with this level of experience in my life, I have become like, I have worked with different domains. With that different domain experience, I know that I can work if I didn't continue this job as RPA developer, so I can be a different person. RPA business analyst, solution architect, development engineers, quality engineers can be there, project managers you can be there, and system engineers, administrators in RPA consultants, process specialists, especially the world needs process specialists, process consultants. So you can work with them. And like but Pamathi, that one thing I wanted to tell everyone, most important message is like, you need to have a general knowledge and common sense. This common sense is very important to RPA. Just imagine if you don't have that common sense and general knowledge, you always need to be updated. Like you need to hear about what as a person in this technology, I'm like always trying to update what is happening inside economy in Sri Lanka. What is the world economy happen? What is the rate of dollars? What will be the ratio of finance up and downs? And like what is happening inside businesses? Always I'm reading business magazines and updating myself, because like this common general knowledge is very advantageable thing when you are becoming an RPA developer, because RPA developer is not just a person who is only focusing on the technology. You need to focus on the business too. So that is one thing. But the final ultimate thing is, if you really wanted to join with this technology, the most important thing is passion and respect. You need to have a passion. Your passion will grow you to anywhere, and the respect to this technology. You can't like you are working in this team and blame into this technology with some other person, then that person is not a correct RPA developer. You need to have a passion, and you need to inspire others to come and join with this technology. What my invitation was, come and join with this technology because I am having a passion. The thing is, if I don't have a passion, I might not accept your invitation. If I don't have a passion, I'm not coming and answering with this podcast. Okay. What is this technology? Yes, wow. Yes, that wow feeling that needs to come from your mind. I hope that like the people who would love to come to this technology, please read, please study, please understand, and come and join and have your passion and grow yourself and respect to this technology. You never know where you will be stood up.
Yes, that is a great message for all our listeners. That brings us to the end of this episode. Ms. Kaumudi, thanks again for coming on. It has been great having you.
Thank you, Pamathi. Thank you very much, Techno Meetup organizing committee, organizing this broadcast and identify this RPA technology as a emerging technology, cutting edge technology, and like having me and inviting me for this podcast. I'm really enjoyed this moment with you, having this conversation with you, Pamathi. I hope you also get inspired with the technology.
Of course, Ms. Kaumudi. And dear listeners, we hope all the valuable information you got through this episode on RPA will be beneficial for you. And if you like this episode, don't forget to rate it, like it, and subscribe to it. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll conclude the session for today and meet again with another episode like this. Have a good day. I am Pamathi Gunaratne, representing IEEE Techno Meetup Sri Lanka.